Marketing Saturation in 2024. In the booklet, The Positioning Era by Jack Trout and Ries, they say, the per capita consumption of advertising in the United States is approaching $100 a year. And while no one doubts the advertiser's financial ability to dish it out, there's some question about the consumer's mental ability to take it all in. When do you think that was written? 1990? 2000? 2015? 2022? Nope. That was written in 1979, 45 years ago. $100 a year was probably a tip as to how old that was. That was before the internet, email, and cell phones. Ries and Trout were talking about this being a big problem in 1979. Do you think that problem might have reached a higher level by today? You bet, exponentially higher. This is John Eberhard, president of Real Web Marketing Incorporated. In a recent blog post, the site Sitify.com stated, back in 2007, market research firm Yankelovich ran a survey of 4,110 people and found out that an average person sees up to 5,000 adverts every day. Today, that number is even higher, and the average person sees around 10,000 ads per day, though only a quarter of that or less will be relevant. In fact, the saturation level of advertising aimed at the typical person in America has gotten so bad that with many types of media, the recipients actually have elected not to receive any communication on those media at all. There is software that allows you to block all banner ads online. Many people don't answer their phone anymore, unless it is someone they know. And good open rates with email today are in the 25 to 30% range. And that's for an in-house list, meaning a list of clients and prospects for a company. The typical open rate for a cold email list, meaning a list of people a company has not had any contact with, is usually around 1%. I get so much email that I periodically have to go on an ask-off binge. What can you do? What does this mean for marketers today? It means that with media that have high rejection rates, you cannot rely heavily on those media for your marketing efforts. If you do, you will go through lots of motions for little effect. Many companies rely mostly on email for their marketing efforts today. It's tempting, it's free and fast, but you have to think with the fact that at least 70% of the people on your email lists are never going to see your message. So what does a marketer need to do today? First of all, you need to realize that this is a massive change from 20, 30, or 40 years ago. There is more advertising going out to people today than at any time in history. And there's an even bigger question today on the ability of the consumer to take it all in, or even being willing to take it all in. Secondly, you have to look for media where your target public is okay with receiving promotional communications, or where they will at least see it. You have to find media that is not highly saturated. For example, if you search on Google for your type of business and find 20 to 30 or more competitors in your suburban city, Google is too saturated for your type of business in your town. You can spend time and money on search engine optimization, or you can spend money on Google Ads, but it's going to be an uphill climb in either case. You can try the same thing on Bing.com and see how many of your competitors are advertising there. Bing has a lot less traffic than Google, but if there are fewer competitors, you might be better able to stand out there. One thing almost every type of business should be doing is building up their in-house email list, meaning a list of clients and prospects, people who have been in contact with your company or inquired about your products or services. By the very nature of that type of email list, those people will be more willing to read or listen to your message. Another thing I have done in recent years is go back to inexpensive direct mail postcards. In this case, you at least know that most of your prospects will at least see it and you have a chance to grab their attention. All this does not mean that you shouldn't do email marketing, but it does mean that you shouldn't do just email marketing. And you have to be careful with the frequency of your communication going out. Your target public has some kind of idea on how often they are willing to receive your communications, and you need to know what that is. If you'd like help mapping out a strategy of which promotional media to use that are not overly saturated, contact Real Web Marketing at 818-472-6725 or email us at info@realwebmarketing.net. If you like this video, like it, share it, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can be notified when we release new videos. Thanks for watching.